Millions of parents will intentionally miss dinner with their children tonight to stay late at the office. They will exhaust themselves, skip vacations, and grind through the weekends just to give their family a perfect life. But the relentless pursuit of that perfect life is exactly what tears the family apart. So why do so many smart, loving people destroy their families in the exact name of providing for them? Picture a normal Tuesday night. You pull into the driveway at 8 o'clock. The house is dark, your kids are already asleep. You walk into the kitchen, heat up a cold plate of food, and open your laptop to finish a few more emails. You feel an intense, crushing exhaustion in your bones. But then you look around at the beautiful house. You think about the fully funded college accounts. You think about the incredibly safe neighborhood you live in. You feel a deep, silent sense of pride. You are doing your job. You are the perfect provider. But a strange, invisible trap has just been flawlessly set. We are taught from childhood that our ultimate value to our family is measured almost entirely by our financial output. We believe that being a good parent means building an impenetrable financial fortress. You think you are protecting your family from the harsh realities of the world, but actually, you're leaving them completely abandoned while your bank accounts overflow. How does this happen? To understand this, we have to look at the silent, primal fear driving almost every high-achieving provider. Most people think these parents are just greedy. They assume these high earners are obsessed with status, addicted to power, or desperately trying to climb the corporate ladder. But the real reason is much stranger. The emotional driver isn't greed, it is terror. It is an ancient biological panic of failing to protect the people you love. Most people disagree about this. If you ask traditional career advisors, they'll tell you that sacrificing your time to build generational wealth is the ultimate act of selflessness. They praise the parent who takes on 3 jobs or travels 300 days a year. Some psychologists argue the exact opposite. They claim that many high earners subconsciously use the intense pressure of their jobs as a psychological shield. Here's where people are split. Is working 80 hours a week a profound act of love, or is it an escape? People don't make bad money decisions. They respond to the environment around them. And your environment aggressively trains you to substitute financial presence for emotional presence. The modern economy offers you a highly convenient, incredibly dangerous trade. It allows you to use money as an apology. When you miss a school play, society tells you it's justified because your salary pays for the private school. When you miss a family dinner, society tells you it's okay because you bought the food on the table. You learn to avoid the messy, vulnerable, incredibly difficult work of actually connecting with your spouse and children by simply writing a check. But look at this exact same transaction from a completely different economic position. Look at it from the perspective of the family. The provider views a massive paycheck as a shield. They think it buys happiness and wards off disaster. But the family does not see a shield. They see an empty chair. The children do not care about the size of the mortgage. They do not care about the luxury SUV sitting in the driveway. They do not care about the perfectly optimized stock portfolio. They just want your time. The biggest financial advantage isn't intelligence, it's which game you're playing. The perfect provider is playing a game of numbers. They are trying to hit a moving target called enough. They believe that once they hit a certain net worth, they will finally be able to stop working and actually get to know their family. But the target never stops moving. Because the moment you increase your income, the system quietly convinces you that your family needs an even bigger house, an even better school, and an even safer neighborhood. The finish line is constantly pushed another 10 miles down the road. You absorb your raise into a permanently more expensive life, which requires you to work even longer hours just to maintain the new baseline. But the real tragedy goes far beyond just missing a few dinners. What happens when the wealth is finally built? Let's slowly reveal the invisible forces holding this entire machine together. The incentives of the corporate world strictly reward absence from the home. The global economy pays a massive premium to the employee who will answer the phone at 9 o'clock at night, and it routinely promotes the person who is willing to sacrifice their personal life for the quarterly earnings report. The structures of modern society make survival incredibly expensive, creating a very real mathematical pressure to earn more just to stay afloat. The social pressures of our culture demand that we judge a parent's success by the physical objects they provide for their children. We praise the parent who buys their teenager a brand new car, completely ignoring whether that parent has spoken a meaningful word to their teenager in a year. And the probabilities dictate a ruthless, undeniable truth. You can always make another dollar, but you can never, ever make another minute. The people who reach the end of their lives, sitting in a massive, quiet house with millions in the bank and a family that barely knows them, did not fail the system. They followed the system perfectly. They did exactly what the economy required them to do. They produced the value. They funded the accounts. They bought the perfect life. But they fundamentally confused financial hoarding with actual security. Wealth is often less about effort and more about position. If you position your entire identity around your ability to be an ATM for your family, your effort will constantly be drained. You'll spend decades preparing for a disaster that never comes, entirely missing the life your money was supposed to fund. Financial planning is utterly pointless if the pursuit of the plan costs you the very people it was designed to protect. When you finally understand the mechanics of this trap, your entire definition of providing completely shifts. You stop looking at your salary as the only measurement of your worth. You realize that a growing bank account does not automatically equal a successful life. You see that the greatest risk in financial planning isn't market volatility. It isn't a sudden recession, a bad real estate investment, or a drop in the stock market. The greatest risk is delaying your presence until you are too old or too estranged to actually enjoy the people you love. The system wants your time. It demands your energy, and it will take as much of your life as you are willing to give it. It will happily let you work yourself into the grave, handing you a plaque and a bonus check in exchange for your youth. You can keep playing the game of numbers. You can keep pushing the finish line further away, convincing yourself that you are doing it all for them. Or you can realize the hardest truth of all. True wealth is not about what you can leave behind for your family. It is about who is actually sitting at the table with them today.